Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Siddharth Naya and you're watching That Car Guy. This video is going to be a POV test drive of the 2005 Maruti Suzuki Baleno. Yes, the 1.6 Baleno with the G16B engine. This is the front look of the Baleno. The headlights are, they need replacing. Over to the side, we get 13-inch tires and steel discs with wheel caps, mud flaps all around. A typical sedan design from the early 2000s. This is the back view. A very simple, understated design. And this color is called Silky Silver. And most of the Balenos I know were bought in this color. This was a fairly large sedan for its time. 5 people could be seated in utmost comfort. Doors are very lightweight, typical Japanese built quality. The dashboard is a mixture of grey and more grey. You get beautiful dials. The speedometer, This is really interesting. This is the cassette player which was original to this car. You can see the Maruti script over here, made by Kenwood. This is a antique piece and I'm not planning to change that anytime soon. I'm just going to keep it there. Just ties down the whole nostalgic vibe of the car. You get a beautiful 3-spoke steering wheel, which is leather wrapped, by the way, and the leather is holding up. This car is almost now 18 years old and it's holding up really nice. Out of the switchgear, still has that crisp crunch to it. It's not worn out. This car has done around 132,000 kilometers and the interior is holding up like a champion. Again, the cloth inserts with the design, very period correct. The power window switches are located on the door itself, like vertically mounted. That's pretty cool. You do get a glove box over here, an open space here for your phone, and an ashtray. Yes, an ashtray. And that's pretty much it. It was just a basic car, but the beauty of this machine lies with its engine. So let's get started. This is the key. Seat belts on. The 1.6 liter is not the most refined engine compared to your Honda VTEC. It is a little more audible, but it has good grunt and it is smooth for what it is. There is a lot of low-end torque. Like for example, I am in 3rd gear right now, doing 30 kilometers per hour, and the car does not shake, does not shudder. I can even go far as putting it into 4th gear at 30 kilometers per hour, and if I feather the throttle, the car does not ask me to shift down. It just pulls in the low end of the power band. But that's not why you buy a 1.6 Baleno. The whole reason you buy it is you stick it into second gear and you push. And this thing goes. Oh my god, this thing pulls like a champion. Whoa! We're doing close to 140 in fourth gear, and I'm not even pushing this car. Like, I'm shifting at 4,500, 5,000 RPM at max. The car does rev all the way till 6,500 RPM, but I don't want to strain this engine. Keep in mind, this car is 18 years old and has run around 132,000 kilometers. But the engine does not show any signs of aging. It is still strong, even on the top end, the mid-range, it just pulls. And that is why people rave about the 1.6 liter G16B engine. It is such a sweet power plant. That was so much fun. And the noise, well, this car is stock. The airbox is stock, the exhaust is stock, everything on this car is stock. And it makes around 90-95 bhp, somewhere close to that. But those are just numbers. And it is not when you rev the car, like I'm in fourth gear right now doing 60. If I lightly push the car, it picks up even in fourth gear. I don't have to shift down and rev the nuts out of this. I'm just pulling from fourth gear and she just goes, man. She goes. That is awesome. Now I'll shift it into fifth, and this is a slight incline. If I give it the beans, it is pushing, it is pulling itself from fifth gear, and wow, fifth gear pulls. This car is a gem. I mean, the engine and the gearbox combination, this is really tall geared, so even if you're in fifth gear, you give it the beans, it just pulls itself forward. Wow. Oh my god, the Baleno does look plain Jane, it looks bland, but get behind the wheel of one and you'll know why there is such a big fan following for this car. This car is in good health. Like when I picked it up, it was a little rough. It is still rough on the cosmetic end, but on the mechanical end, I did get a new clutch, new spark plugs, new injectors, the coils basically. Suspension is all new 4 shock absorbers, new bushings. So the car is mechanically sound. It is perfect. Even the timing belt and the idler pulley, everything has been changed by me a couple of months back. So I know for a fact this car is really healthy. I do want to get this car painted with new headlights, new tail lights, new bumpers. I mean, the cosmetics is rough on this car. And once I have addressed that, I might start modding this car. Nothing too serious, like I am considering getting alloy wheels, like 15-inch alloy wheels with 195 section tires. Yeah, that would be a sweet combination. And I'm going to lower this car with some Dr. Nano lowering springs. And again, this road is just freshly paved. Now I'm in fifth right now, doing 80. I can just push. I don't have to shift down to third and rev the nuts out of it. I am pushing from fifth gear from around 70 kilometers per hour. We're doing approximately 120 right now. The low end grunt and this gearing. The gearing is perfect. I do believe that this car can easily hit 180 kilometers per hour. No sweat. Yeah. It is just so much fun. And the engine does sound sweet when you rev it. It has that typical Maruti sound, but it just opens up. It clears its throat once you're past 3000 RPM. It just sounds really rally-esque. I just saw that piece of road and I just thought I'll just give it some beans, and just lost my train of thought. So back to the modification list. Yes, I do want to get some lowering springs and 15-inch alloy wheels and tires with around 195 section tires. That would be good. There won't be any rubbing in the wheel arches after lowering. I know people put 17 inches on Balenos, but that just does not look good in my opinion. That just looks a little too boy racerish. I want to keep this like a nice clean build, so 15-inch tires with 195 section, maybe 50 or 55 section for the profile, and a good set of tires, Yokohama S drives or something, and with lowering, of course. Dr. Nano makes a lowering spring kit for the Baleno, the old Balenos, and yeah, after that maybe some Automech racing headers and exhaust. A full stainless steel exhaust system does sound really good with the G16B engine, so that is something I'm looking for. And just, yeah, once the mechanical side is done with this car, once the cosmetic side is done, I'll get into modding and I'll just leave it at that. Nothing further, just a good paint job and some nice wheels, a nice exhaust. I'm not even going to change the air filter, because a lot of people getting into these Japanese JDM like Hondas and Balenos and stuff like that, they normally buy the huge conical air filters and just plonk it into the car, and honestly that ruins the car. Yes, this is from experience. I have seen a lot of friends who have taken a very well running Honda Civic or City. City is again fine. The Civic really suffers if you change the airbox. Like Honda has got it down where this is the amount of air you need and nothing more, and the car acts up and it actually becomes slower with a conical air filter. Same thing for the Baleno. It will sound more throaty, it will sound more good, but you are going to lose performance with a conical air filter. That is my opinion. Don't come after me, but that is what I have observed over the years. So I'm not going to touch the airbox. Just a stainless steel free flow exhaust system that would open up this sound, and yeah, that's it. And interiors, well, I'm not going to touch it because this car has been blessed enough where the previous owner did not modify the seats and ruin it. It still has this fabric pattern from the factory, even on the door cards, that is mint, and the dashboard and all is really mint. Like, it has not been abused for a car which is almost 18 years old. The interiors are really clean, so I'm going to maintain all of this, and I'm just going to do some light cosmetic mods. I'm still not decided on the color. Like, it is still pondering my mind, like what color to do. Every day I see new cars out on the road and I think like, would that look good on my Baleno? Like, I've even thought of doing this in the Gulf racing colors, like that baby blue with orange accents. Do let me know what do you think, or if you have a color in mind, do let me know in the comment sections below, because I am going to get this car painted in the coming this year, 2025. This car is definitely going to get a color change, and by the end of 2025 I want to finish this project, like the wheels, the cosmetic restoration, everything done, and I just want to use this car. This is a car which I don't want to ever sell. Like, it is not that expensive. This car was around 1 lakh, and fully done up it will be around 2 lakhs or 2.5 lakhs. I don't want to sell this car ever because it is a champion. It is fun to drive, and I really like these old school low slung sedan body shape. It is just a timeless thing of beauty when it comes to car design. And most of the cars nowadays are crossover, small SUVs. So the old school sedan body style is dying, and this and the Honda City, the Ford Escorts that was a generation of car which I grew up liking. The sedan body style, that is something which is very near and dear to my heart. So yeah, so I just want to fully restore this car and just keep it aside, and take it out on the weekends and just have a little fun with it. But for now I almost daily drive this car, and like I said, if I am really careful with the throttle, I do get around 10 kilometers per liter in fuel mileage. And if you're pushing it, well, don't even bother looking at the fuel mileage, because this thing will drink. If you are careful, you might get 10 in the city, and out on the highways If you're really feathering the throttle, you'll get almost 12 to 13 kilometers per liter. And I'm saying that out of experience. I have taken this car on long routes where I can just chug it into 5th gear, hold a steady pace at 70 kilometers per hour, and yeah, if you drive it like that, you almost get around 13 kilometers per liter out of this 1.6 liter G16B. So it is a very broad spectrum. Like, if you want to daily drive it, if you want to be careful, you can take it to the office daily. And like I said, with the new clutch, the clutch is really light. The car is in the stock form, it is very refined. Like, the engine is not creamy silent, but it is a petrol engine, so it does not affect the NVH that much. And overall, the road noise is well concealed in this car. Like, Suzuki really built a premium product back in the day with the Baleno. Like, ride comfort on this car is running the 13-inch tire setup, and it is excellent when it comes to ride comfort. Like, potholes and all don't disturb you that much, and the car has minimal body roll. So even if you are driving around 300-400 kilometers in a stretch, and once you get out, you don't feel tired or you don't feel drained, you feel fresh. And that's what I said. The Baleno is, you can have fun with it, but if you want to be like, go under the radar and just daily drive it, it is possible. Like, this is not a small car. Like, you can sit 5 people in this car. It has most of the features: power windows, electric mirrors, a good music system, good AC. Actually, the AC system in this car is really nice, although I did get the cooling coil changed when I got the car. So that's a brand new cooling coil, and the AC works like a champion on this heat. So overall, this is a very nice car. That's what I'm saying. And for the price, you can pick up a Baleno anywhere from 1 lakh, 1.2 lakhs. That's what they're selling for right now, and that is not much. But keep in mind, you will have to spend some time and effort. See, I'm not saying money, because money can be thrown at this car. You can throw money at anything and get it fixed, but you need time and effort, because sourcing parts for this car is not easy. It's not very hard, but it's not that easy. You will have to constantly search Facebook forums, Facebook Marketplace, OLX for parts and vendors. Like, no one carries the 1.6 Baleno's parts ready in stock. You'll have to find them. People are there. There is one shop in Coimbatore. Delhi is another place where you can easily find parts for the Baleno, and you'll have to get it shipped, and you'll have to wait. Even something which is as simple as like a timing belt change, the procedure took around 4 hours, but to get the parts, it took me around 7 to 8 days for the whole, to find the vendor, to send the money, for them to courier everything. So yeah, everything just takes a week and a half to do, even simple things. But yeah, it is doable. It is not impossible. There are still shops who carry parts. You just have to find them. And cosmetic trims are, just forget about it. If you want a specific piece from the dashboard or some specific trim, well, you're only going to find them in the wreckers or a scrapyard. That's your best bet. So it is not impossible, but it is rewarding at the end of the day. Like, once this car is, now it's mechanically sound, and it is fun to drive, it's fun to push. It is a very nice experience. And if you are looking for a Baleno, please do look for rust. I'm blessed enough to find a car which has literally no rust. There is a bit, but that is not concerning. But most of the Balenos, most of the cars from this generation or this age group, like 20 to 18 years old, they do have a lot of rust, and that is going to be a nightmare to fix. So when you're looking for one, check out if the car has rust, and just see if the car has been well maintained. I know this car used to belong to some racer boy, because there are holes over here. This is my camera mount, and the reason I put this camera mount here is because there is a stupid hole, like 2 big holes on such a beautiful dashboard, and I know what those holes are for. That was for a monster tachometer, which is really cheesy. I do not like those, but I know what those holes were for. like, this is such a beautiful dashboard, and it had a couple of holes, like 2 big holes were drilled, and was ugly. So I got a DJI mount over here, and I just stuck it on permanently to hide the ugliness. Now at least there's a clamp over there. So yeah, most of these cars would have been riced out, and try avoiding buying cars which are too modified. Try to find a car which is decent, or which is at least little bit stock, because you don't know how that car has been modified, or you don't know how well the car has been taken care of. So yeah, try to find the most stock example you can buy and add your own flavor of modification to it. So that was my take on the 1.6 liter Baleno. What did you think? Please let me know in the comment sections below. And I had a lot of fun making this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have good color suggestions, do let me know in the comment sections. And yeah guys, like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and if you're new here, do subscribe and press the bell icon on the side to get notified whenever I post a new video. We'll catch you pretty soon with another video. Till then, stay safe, goodbye, and God bless. Bye.